Hello, today we're going to be learning how to create our first project for our portfolio, which is going to be drawing a circle, labeling its parts, and recording a short video explaining what we did. So the first thing we're going to do is look through our template and find a slide that is going to allow us to be able to draw a picture. So something that doesn't have a lot of text right here. So I like this one here. So we're going to click on that. And instead of writing directly on this slide, we are going to make a copy of it. So we're going to come over here and we're going to right click, and then we're going to hit duplicate slide, which means copy. I'm going to click on that slide and drag it all the way up so that it is right after your title page. And so this text here and this line here are not going to be useful to us. So we're going to select it and we are going to delete it. And the first thing we want to do is we want to add a title. Now, something that I do when I use templates is I use the titles that I already see on other pages. So for instance here, I'm going to click on it, make sure that I click on it with the black cross, and then I'm going to hit Command C or Control C. And then I'm going to come back to my slide, and then I'm going to hit Control V. Now I notice that my text came in here rather big, so what I'm going to do is select everything in the text box by triple clicking or by hitting Control A. And I'm going to adjust the font size up here. And now I can move this wherever I need it to go and give it a title, Parts of a Circle. The first thing we need is we need a circle. So we're going to go up here to Shape and select Circle. And we want to make sure that we are drawing something that's going to be big enough for us to label, but also something that's going to make our presentation look neat and professional. And as you move items, you're going to see these red lines pop up, and that just helps us align everything. So like in this instance, I know that it's centered. Now I'm going to change the color of this circle. I'm going to go up here to Fill Color. And if you notice down here in Theme, it gives you all the colors that are found in your template here. So we want to stick to these colors mainly when you add text, when you add images, just so it looks cohesive. I'm going to pick purple. And I know that I'm going to need to label the circumference, which is the border around the circle. So I'm going to go to Border Color, pick black, and right next to it, I'm going to change the weight, how thick the line is. Okay, so now I have my circumference. Next thing I need is going to be the center point. So I'm going to go back to Shapes, create a small circle, and again, using those red lines to guide me, I'm going to put this in the center. Next thing I'm going to add is the diameter, which is going to be the line that goes from one end through the middle to the other end. And you're going to notice these dots that come up, also there to help guide you. All right. And I notice that it's kind of hard to see the black on top of the purple, so I'm going to change the color to white, and I'm also going to change the thickness, the weight of the line. And now I have my diameter, but I notice that it's cutting through the center point, and I want this line to be behind the center point. So I'm going to select the line, right click, and then go to Order, and I'm going to send backward. If I send to back, it's going to go behind the purple circle, and we don't want that. We're just going to send it backward one time. And there you go, your white line is behind the black dot. Next line we're going to add is our radius, so we're going to go back to Line, do our radius over here. Okay. And I'm just going to change the color to make it look interesting. And then right next to the weight, you're going to see an option to change the line from a solid line to a dotted line or a dashed line. So I'm going to pick a dotted line. And then the last line I'm going to be adding is the chord, which means it's going from one point to another, but not through the middle. Okay, again, changing the weight. I'm going to add another dashed line, and then I'm going to change the color. All right, so now the only thing that's missing is our labels. So whenever you want to write text, you want to go to text box, and then you're going to just click and drag so it's the size that you want, and start typing. I like to align my text boxes to be centered, and within the text box also centered. So that font's a little small, so we're going to just change it. That looks good. Adjust the text box, and this is going to be my circumference for out here. Okay, I like this font, I like the size, so I'm going to select it and hit Control C and then Control V. And now I have a copy of that. And I'm going to drag this over here, and this is going to be my diameter. But just like the line, the black font's a little difficult to see, so I'm going to change the font color to white so that's easier on the eyes. And I'm going to copy this text box, Control C, and then paste it, Control V. And I'm going to add my chord right here. So this small blue dot here allows you to rotate your text box in whatever direction you need. And this is going to be our chord. And then we need one more for our radius. Again, I'm going to use that blue dot to rotate. Right, and my last one's going to be my center point. You can always move a text box by dragging it, or you can move it with the arrows on your keyboard as well. All right, and the last step is going to be to create a video that explains what you just created. So you would simply click on the link provided in Google Classroom and then say something like this. Hello, my name is Amy Beltran, and today I'm going to be explaining the parts of the circle. The circle has 5 parts. The diameter, which goes from one end through the middle to the other end. The radius, which goes from the middle to one end of a circle. A chord, which goes from one end of a circle to another, but not through the middle. The center point, the middle point of the circle, and the circumference, which is the outside of the circle. And that's it. Something simple, and we're going to embed that video into this presentation. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with, and please reach out to me if you have any questions.